Hi guys, Remy here, and today I thought I would just do another record update, also just a general update. I'm now back at my parents' house, so I'm no longer at my uni because of all the coronavirus thing that's going on, but I was able to bring back my records with me and my record player, so being stuck inside hasn't been the worst thing in the world. And I have been able to order a few records recently, so I thought I'd just share them all. So the most recent one I got, as I got it today, is the Monkees Headquarters. And I'm really happy about this because I've recently gotten into the Monkees. I watched the whole series, started listening to their music, and I'm beginning to really like a lot of their songs. So I thought, well, it's about time I order an album. And I got Headquarters. What makes me happy about this is that when Headquarters was first released, obviously this is the first album where it's the Monkees pretty much having complete control over the album, as they were a fictional TV band before this. And so obviously their image was an important thing, which meant on the back cover on most releases of the album has pictures of them all nice, clean cut, working in the studio, except for one repress that had a picture of them with beards and facial hair, which is obviously not their usual image. So that was known as the beard cover, and I thought it was quite rare. So when I ordered this standard one off Amazon, I was thinking I was probably going to be like the standard normal one with the clean cut images. But as you can see, it's the beard cover, and I'm really happy. This is not from 1967, this is a sun-dazed 1996 repressing. So yeah, it's not the original beard cover one, but I'm really happy that I've got the special one. The annoying thing about this album though is that the sleeve is very flimsy paper, and I think when I opened the vinyl it does have a bit of surface marks from the paper sleeve. So I have ordered a set of poly-lined sleeves to protect my records a bit better. Luckily most of my records do have better protection with their inner sleeves, but I've ordered some more just for further protection. But yeah, my favourite tracks are Randy Scouse Skit and For Pete's Sake. I'm beginning to like All of Your Toys, and I also like You May Just Be the One. But yeah, the rest of the songs, they'll grow on me in time. But it's just the nice, like, happy-go-lucky monkey sound, which I love. The next album I got is something a bit more contemporary, and it's Calm by 5 Seconds of Summer. Now I wouldn't classify myself as like a 5 Seconds of Summer fan. I was lucky to see them live when they were the opening act for One Direction back in 2013. So that's when I first heard of them. And I didn't really listen to much of their music, but they brought out 2 new songs that I fell in love with instantly. They both have amazing harmonies and I just love the sound of them. Wildflower reminds me of like Here Comes the Sun in terms of its melodies and its harmonies, and it's just such a summery vibe, which I love. And Red Desert just sounds so gorgeous with all the harmonies, and it just sounds really cool. So I decided to get the album because it was on sale for like £15 on their official website, and it comes with a official voice note, like greeting from one of the members. I haven't received that yet, but I'll be excited to when I receive that, because it's kind of like just like a little personal greeting, which I think is a really nice touch. It's just a really nice personalised message. So I will update you guys when I get that message. I don't know if I've mentioned having this album yet, but anyways, I did get Band on the Run. I didn't get this recently, I got this maybe like 2 months ago. It was definitely before like coronavirus got out of control. But yeah, I got Band on the Run because I started listening to it a bit more and I'm like, I need more than just the main single, so I decided to get the album. My favourite tracks is still probably 1985. I love Band on the Run, and I've grown really fond of Jet. Mamuni is really cute. Picasso's Last Word is nice. I like that it goes back to Jet. I love it when Paul does that. He's just such a good album artist, you know? Things like the Abbey Road medley, Egypt Station. I just love how he incorporates his albums. But yeah, so I'm really happy that I've got this now. I also got John Lennon Plastic Ono Band. I really like Hold On. That's a great song. I wish it was a bit longer. Mother is a nice song, and I understand that John was going through primal scream therapy during this time. Obviously, I'm really glad that it helped him. I'm just not the hugest fan of the screaming for me, so I don't really play Mother a lot. However, other tracks, I love Remember. Look at Me is probably my favourite. Love is very sweet. But yeah, a very good debut album for John as a solo artist. I'm not counting Two Virgins or Cambridge 1969. But yeah, I love the album cover. It's very, like, I like my album covers that are all about nature. They just make me feel very relaxed. I also got George Harrison Early Takes Volume 1, which I'm in love with. I just love it so much. I've been listening to this a lot more than I thought I was going to listen to it. I've just become really fond of George's acoustic stuff lately. So my favourite tracks are where is it? Mama, You've Been on My Mind. I love the other version from 1969, that's on my personal George mixtape, but there's also a version of the song that he did maybe like 20 years later that I absolutely love as well. Where The Light That Has Lighted the World, I never heard the demo before until I listened to this. I absolutely love it. What was it? Awaiting on You All, the early take is just amazing. It's so good. Like this is just such a nice little treasure trove of an album. I love it so much. And then I got something very special. I got Anthology 1, Anthology 2 and Anthology 3. And I'm just so happy that I finally got these. My favourite anthology is either 1 or 2. I love 1 because of like the early stuff from like before they were really the Beatles and before they made it, like their little home demos, like the little instrumentals, the Decca tapes. That stuff is really interesting. But I love Anthology 2 because of like the alternate versions of some of my favourite songs. Like I love the alternate take of I'm Looking Through You, where it's just a lot groovier. I love so many different versions of Across the Universe, so I'm glad that I've got another version of that song on here. The take of Strawberry Fields Forever, where Ringo is just going mad on the drums, is one of my favourite things I've ever heard. I love the Anthology series so much. And what's good about Anthology 3 is that I was a bit worried that I'd only bought the standard version of the White Album. I didn't buy the deluxe, and I was like, oh, should I have bought the deluxe? But now I've got quite a lot of White Album takes from Anthology 3, and it's like I don't even need to worry about the White Album one now because there's a lot of White Album demos and stuff that's on here, so that's great. I'd say apart from that though, Anthology 3 is probably my least favourite, purely because a lot of the Abbey Road stuff and Let It Be stuff I've heard before, so it's not really anything too new for me, but I'm really still glad that I've got it as part of the collection. Finding the albums was quite hard because Anthology 1 I initially ordered off Amazon Marketplace for like 40 quid and then got lost in the mail, but luckily I got refunded and ordered another one. Anthology 2 I had to get from eBay. It was like £60, so I don't know why this was so hard to like find and why it's so expensive, but yeah. Whereas Anthology 3 I got for £18 by winning my first ever eBay auction, and it was so stressful because it was like £13 until like the last 15 seconds, and then someone was trying to outbid me in like the last 5 seconds, and luckily I won it. I would have been so annoyed if I had lost that auction, but I didn't, I won. And yeah, I'm really happy that I've got all the anthologies. So I got the Beatles Past Masters today. I'm really happy because I'm basically almost finished with my Beatles collection, and this album has all like singles and B-sides, basically anything that didn't make it on an album. So I'm really happy because it's got stuff like Yes It Is, She Loves You, From Me to You, She's a Woman, Long Tall Sally, just stuff like that. So I'm really happy I finally got these songs. The only annoying thing is side 3 and most of side 4 I've already got those songs because I've got the album Hey Jude, The Beatles Again, but it just means I've got a spare record, and also I love the album cover to Hey Jude, so it's just nice to keep that as well. But my favourite track on here is Across the Universe. It is the Wildlife Fund version, so it's the one where it's been sped up a little bit and it's got fans singing and there's like bird effects. But I absolutely love the harmonies on that version. It's so beautiful, the piano is gorgeous, the guitar is great. I love Across the Universe, it's one of my favourite Beatles songs, and I've literally got so many different versions of that song, it's unreal. But yeah, and another new favourite is You Know My Name, Look Up the Number. It's so, like, I love the different styles. It's just a nice joke, they're having a laugh. Brian Jones is playing sax on it. The intro, the beginning bit of the song sounds really modern, like the beat sounds really modern, like it always throws me off for a second, but even though it's just the boys having a laugh, it's a good song. Like, it's a great novelty song, I love it. I also love that the first disc has got like the Parlophone label, and then the second disc has got the Apple label. I do have quite a lot of singles from this album, like I've got She Loves You, I've got Day Tripper, but they're kind of a little bit beat up, like I got them second hand, they don't sound amazing, so it's nice to have cleaner versions of the songs as well. But yeah, I'm really happy I've got this, because in terms of my Beatles collection, I'm not fussed about live albums because I've got a few live tracks on my anthology songs. I don't really listen to live albums. The only live album I've got in my entire collection is Wings Over America. So I'm not fussed about live versions. I don't need the Red Blue album or the #1 album because I've got all the songs from those albums. So really, now that I've got Past Masters, the only album I'm really missing is Let It Be. And I'm going to wait until the 50th anniversary comes out because I want to see if they have anything new added to it. And I've already got Let It Be Naked, so I'm just waiting for Let It Be, just so I can say I've got both versions, and yeah, then my Beatles collection is pretty much done. So my other Monkees record came today, Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn and Jones Limited. Probably my favourite album name ever, alongside Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. They're such good names. I love astrology, so I love the idea that this is what they went with for the title, and because Davey was also a Capricorn, they just went with Jones at the end, which just makes it really more catchy and awesome. And yeah, I love the album cover. My favourite tracks are Salesman, She Hangs Out, Cuddly Toy, Going Down, Star Collector, and also the transition from Percival Patterson's Pet Pig Porky to Pleasant Valley Sunday is just awesome. And yeah, it just sounds amazing, and it's just so good. I'm really happy that I have it now. But yeah, my Monkees selection is growing. I think I prefer this album over Headquarters, however my favourite Monkees songs are still Randy Scouse Git and For Pete's Sake, which are on Headquarters, but there's just more songs on this album that I prefer. Also, I've seen some comments about how I should invest in some polylined sleeves. I did buy 20 of them, they arrived today, and even though I wasn't able to replace all of my records that have just normal paper sleeves, I replaced most of them. So my Beatles White album, my Monkees albums, a couple of my second-hand albums from the 70s, my Beatles Anthology 1, and a couple of other albums have now got nice polyline sleeves on them. Obviously records do get surface marks no matter what kind of sleeve you've got, but it will prevent worse damage, so I'm happy that I've got them. And now I have got like 20 spare sleeves. It also meant I was able to put my Sgt. Pepper spare sleeve back into its original record because I was using that for a Michael Jackson record. But yeah, I've now got a bunch of spare sleeves in case I'm desperate, and I will probably get some more polyline sleeves soon. Really boring update, but just thought you should know. And the final album I'm going to show you guys is Dark Horse by George Harrison. I'm so glad it's here because I ordered this a while ago, really, like 17 days ago, and it got lost in the mail for a bit, and then it finally found its way, and I'm so happy because now I have every 70s George Harrison album, so just gotta get to the 80s and 2000s now. So yeah, my favourite track is probably Far East Man. That's such a good song and a really underrated song. And then I like his cover of Bye Bye Love, and Simply Shady's good as well. It Is He is a good song too. Obviously this album's a bit controversial as it is the Dark Horse in terms of his voice kind of struggled because he was touring and he just took way too much on, so his voice does sound kind of hoarse. Honestly though, I think it sounds the worst in the song Dark Horse, but the rest of it, his voice is okay because I think he recorded it in stages and his voice is either sounding not too bad or they've processed his voice in a way so you can clearly tell that it's got studio effects on it, but it's still enjoyable. And I love the album cover. I just think it's so cool and it's really pretty. And yeah, is this his best album? No, but it's still an enjoyable album. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope that everyone is staying safe and I'll see you all soon. Bye guys.